Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a very old school stretching routine. Basically, there used to be a set, what we call the Tang Soo martial arts stretch. But the problem is, because you've got a bunch of stuff to do in martial arts, it's always rushed. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through the whole routine. I'm not even sure how long it takes because, again, it can just go on and on and on. But at the end, as requested, because the Gong was so popular, we'll do some Gong at the end. Okay, do a little bit more of that sequence. Okay, so starts off very gentle, hands on your waist, and you just start to move your neck first. Okay, so you lean your neck over to one side, and the idea is you take a deep breath in and out on this side, then go to the other side, and again breathe in and out, and take your head back and take your head forward. And look over one shoulder and over the other shoulder. So for as an example, that's the way you do it in the class. Now for an added stretch, what you do is you grab the top of your head and tilt it over to one side and then pull ever so gently. What you can do with that is you can look up to the ceiling, get a different kind of twist, and then look down to the floor. So again, one more time, look up to the ceiling, down to the floor. And the other side, lean over, grab your head, pull, gentle, not much weight, but a little bit of weight. Look up to the ceiling, down to the floor, look up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to roll the shoulders forward. And then roll the shoulders back. Now you're going to take your thumbs down and you're going to make tiny circles going backwards. And tiny circles go forward. You take the thumbs up backwards and then forwards. It's up to you how big you make the circles. You can take the circles forward now. And take the circles back. And my favorite in the world is both hands forward, one hand's going backwards, one hand's going forwards. A little bit of a coordination nightmare. If you had it one way, change direction. That's one to practice, yeah? So take the arm across, give a tricep stretch. And again, what we're going to do from here is we're going to turn the palm down, turn the palm up. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then take one hand above your head, with the other hand, push your elbow down. Keep your head up. And switch. Now again, this is something I don't do ever in class, but I should, is the wrist stretches. So there's this one where you take your fingers forward and push, just hold that. And switch. It's another mad one where your fingers are down, you grab your hand with the thumb on the outside and you turn your fingers towards you. So fingers down and point the fingers to the ceiling. And in martial arts, you put into this wrist lock a lot. So the idea is you stretch it out before someone else puts the wrist lock on you. That's the idea. So again, grab thumb next to little finger, coming up. Good. Then we're going to take circles of the hips. So again, keep your head still, big circles. And change direction. And then go side to side. And then take one hand over, keeping everything as still as possible. If you want to take your fingers further down your leg, you can. And you get a little extra stretch. Just grab that wrist and pull it further over. Get away. An extra stretch, grab the wrist and pull it. Good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to interlock the thumbs. You can grab your hand, doesn't really matter how you grab your hand. So you're going to take your hands above your head and come up onto your tiptoes. So a little bit of a balance stretch out the chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th one now, we're going to hold up there for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic, good job. Okay, now you're going to interlock your hands, keep upright, but try and take your hands as far up as you can. You don't want to take them very far up. This is another good one for the shoulders and the chest. Good. And then put the hands on the back, push your hips forward and let the head drop back, if that's okay for you. And then interlock your elbows and then fold forward and rock side to side. Okay, from here, bend your knees slightly, put your hands above your knees and circle the knees in. Circle the other direction. Okay, a little bit of a deeper stretch now. What we're going to do is I'm going to bend my knees as much as possible and sit in the yoga squat. I'm going to tip forward. Doesn't matter if your hands come to the floor or not. If you've got blocks, you can put your fingers on. But over the 10, notice how deep you can sit and how far forward you can bend. So we're going to do 10 of these, okay? So sit and then fold. Sit and fold. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, stand up. Give legs a bit of a shake. So you take the legs out wide now, so into a sort of figure squat, yoga squat, and just rock the knees side to side. And a similar sort of system now, but this is to open up the hips. So as I look to the floor, I push the knees out wider. As I look up, I push my hips down and try and straighten my back. Okay, so again, 10. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I always remember my instructor used to always say, try and grab your ankles, which is quite difficult. You can't do that yet, that's totally fine. I used to have real trouble with it. Okay, stand up. So this sequence now takes a little bit of a while, but again, in class, I do a little bit of this, but I always shorten it, okay? So it doesn't matter which leg you take out straight. I'm taking my left leg out. So if you're facing me, you're going to take your right leg out. So if that's easier for you to follow. Okay, so in here, I'm trying to work on my front stance, so warrior 2. Okay, and then I'm going to turn my back toes over on the ball of the foot, push forward. Now, I'm going to drop the hands onto the inside of my leg. So I've got my one leg forward, the hand is furthest away, I'm going to lift up so I open up my chest here. I'm trying to get a straight line from hand to hand. Put that hand down, and switch the other hand, twist into the back of the room. Try and keep the back leg as straight as you can, hips as low to the floor as you can. Now I'm going to put both hands to the floor. My bent leg is going to rock out onto the blade of my foot, so my knee's going to splay out. And I'm going to try 10 mini push-ups, okay? So ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little challenge, can you get your forearms to the floor? And what we always used to do is to take our hands between our legs and try and get our head to the floor. Okay, drop your back knee to the floor and sit on your back heel. So you're going to stretch towards that straight leg. And again, if you feel a lot of sensation here in your hamstring, stay there. A couple of tests now. Can you grab the toes with the same hand? Okay. If you can do that, can you grab the hand, grab the foot up, I should say, with the opposite hand? In a real balance challenge, can you grab the foot with both hands and still balance? Good, and then stand up. Straighten both legs. And again, start with a straight back and slowly walk your hands onto the floor. Can you get fingertips to the block? Can you get fingertips to the floor? Can you get knuckles to the floor? Can you get palms to the floor? Now bend the knee. Come on to the, bring your hands forward. Maybe bring your hands onto a block. And we're going to do 10 back kicks, okay? Keep the heel up, toes down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up. And now we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. Okay, so it is quite long. So, other leg out. First of all, working on your front stance. We're trying to get this front leg, the bent leg, to 90 degrees and your back as straight as possible. And turn over onto the front foot, square at your shoulders, trying to keep our legs straight and get the hips a little lower. And then bring the hands down to the inside of the foot. And we're going to lift the hands furthest away from the foot up to open up the chest. I'm going to switch in the hand, the other side. Ten mini push-ups on this side. Turn the bent leg over onto the blade of the foot. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Little challenge. Can you get your forearms onto the block or to the floor? And then if you want to put the hand underneath the foot, I don't know why we used to do that. And then head to the floor. These are all little challenges for yourself. Then drop that back knee, straighten the front leg, sit down. Then just stretch forward and put both hands either side of the foot. That's excellent. But a little test challenges to grab one foot with one hand. If that's okay for you. Grab the foot with the other hand. If the balance is there and the flexibility is there, try and grab with both hands. And I guess you can drop your head down to your knee. You can do that as well. So, straighten both legs. Your back straight at first, square at your hips. Start to walk down. And again, when you get your hands to the blocks, fingertips to the floor, knuckles to the floor, or palms to the floor. These are all little tests so you can see where your flexibility is at this particular time. Bend the knee, walk the hands forward onto the block, onto the floor, up onto one leg, and 10 back kicks. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up. Now we're going to do a little bit of the balance round. If balance is your problem, we've got an injury, please use the wall, okay? And again, the idea is 30 seconds, but my instructor does have a timer on them. We always used to count, so each stretch we're going to hold for 10 seconds. We're going to do all the balances on one side, and then we'll do all the balances on the other side. Okay, just to let you know. So the first balance is to grab your knee and to pull it into your chest, and then rotate this foot. 1, 2, 3, 5. Change direction. 2, 4, 5. I'm going to grab that foot and take it behind. Now the goal here is to keep the knees together, push the hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if that's okay for you, you can tip forward. And now straighten the leg. I'm going to move forward slightly. Put the hands down. Stay there. Or a little bit of yoga, put into this warrior 3 for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this one's a little bit harder. Grab your knee, pull it to the side, turn this foot. This is the preparation for the roundhouse kick. So this one's very difficult, but I promise you, if you can do this, it will help out your roundhouse immensely. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then we're going to grab that heel. Keep the big toe down. Imagine like there's something resting on the top of your shin here, and grab your knee in the front. So this is the preparation for side kick. So again, hold for 10, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go into a little tree pose. So you can either put your foot here. If you haven't got bad knees, you can put it on your knee, but ideally you want to have it as high up as possible. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, just to walk you through this, this is level 1. So for those of you having difficulty, just grab onto your foot with the other hand. Put me through, sorry. If that's going okay for you, take this hand behind you and grab your bicep. A little bang. Now, you can stay there. Otherwise, you want to bend your knee and start to sit. You can put your elbows on your shin. That's another level. Or you can grab on to your standing shin. Or you can put fingertips to the floor. Good. And come up. All the balances on one side. Good news if you get to go the other side now. Okay. So lifting the other knee up in front and start to circle the ankle. Change directions. 6, 8, 9, 10. Take the leg behind and hold. turn to the side so I don't hit the wall. And then, if that's going okay for you, start to lean forward. And if that's going okay for you, put your hands down straight in the leg. And then if you can, tip the hands back for warrior 3. Okay, come back up. Grab that knee. Pull to the side for a roundhouse chin position. And grab the heel. Pull the heel in. Grab the top of the knee coming over the foot. Make sure the big toe is down. And squeeze. Turn it around for the tree pose. Good. Again, find your balance. Good. Look forward, that always helps. Wait, I'll get there now. Stop talking. And then take the foot across and just grab it with the opposite hand. Stay there, or grab your bicep. That's going okay for you. You can try and sit. You can try and rest the elbows on the shin. That's going okay for you. Oh, stop talking. You can grab the shin, or put your fingertips on the floor. Like that. Okay, good. There's the balances. So take your legs wide in the hips width. All we're going to do is go fall forward, bring your hands to the floor or to the block. Now we're going to twist, pick the arm up, and we're just going to switch and twist, okay? So ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'm going to grab onto my shin, and I'm going to breathe in and pull my chest to my knee. 1. And change sides. Now you can stay at this level, but if you're feeling flexible and strong, each time we go from side to side, you can make your legs a little bit wider if you want, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then come down into a kneeling position. Good. Excellent. Okay. And now it should work out. On the floor stretches. Just kind of work around my head. So, this one was always taught. Legs straight, and you hug your heel into your groin. Just cradle it here. Now, with the same hand, grab the top of the foot and try and take it out in front of you and straighten the leg. If you can't quite straighten the leg, use the other hand to push it out straight. That's it. Excellent, guys. This is really good. Now, the next time you pull it in, you pull it higher in your chest. So 2 ways you can pull it to your chest. Either the baby cradle way or the bicep curl way. Whichever feels like a better stretch for you. You should now feel this in your glute here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the outside of the foot, take it up again in front of you, but try and take it higher. Remember to sit up tall. Now the last one, everyone cheats on this one, okay? It's really easy for me to bring my head to my foot. It's much, much harder to bring my foot to my head. So make sure you're bringing your foot to your head, not your head to your foot, okay? So foot to the head. It's so much harder. I know, Jay. I know it's tempting, isn't it? It's so tempting, okay? Now we have a kick in martial arts called the diagonal kick. It's very difficult, but it's one of the best stretches to prepare you. So you're going to grab the top of your heel now, and the kick's going to go to the side. Now, if I bring it up high, it's quite easy. But if I make my foot lower than my shoulder, it becomes very difficult. So this is the stretch for the diagonal kick. Okay, very advanced. So again, keep practicing the stretch because it will help you. Okay, good. And bring the leg down, give it a bit of a shake. And then we'll go the other way. So first of all, nice gentle stretch to the groin. Now grab the top of the foot. Don't really worry about how high it is, but just take it out in front of you and stretch it. So this one's about eye level height. Again, use that and push it straight. Breathing all the time. And then bring it in. And this time hug it a little bit higher, either the cradle way or the bicep way, whichever is best for you. And then grab the outside of the foot, take it up as high as you can. Good. Let's get a breathe. Michael, that's excellent. Well done, sir. Fantastic job. And now bring the foot to the head. As long as you feel sensation, that's the right place for you. Oftentimes we think we need to be where everyone else is, but as long as you're feeling sensation, you're getting something out of the stretch. So grab the heel now and take it out to the side. Okay, good, excellent. And now bend one knee and put one toe straight. And again, it's another old school stretch. Okay, just reach forward and grab onto the foot. Now come up and twist to the back of the room. A nice spinal twist. And then reach forward if you can with the opposite hand. So grab it now with your opposite hand. Come up and twist. And last time, reach and grab with both hands and fully fold over your leg. Okay, come up, switch sides. Again, you might have one side that's more flexible than the other. My left is not as flexible as my right. So reach, as long as you can feel sensation, it's really good. So what I want to do, Mike, if you can't reach your toes, grab your ankle. The fact that you're holding on to something takes off the pressure. It's like you relax slowly and you go like, yes, now I'm relaxed. I got hold of something, I'm relaxed slightly. And then come up and twist. And then reach again with the opposite hand. Come up and twist. And then reach with both hands. Good, and come up. Okay, take the legs wide. Okay, so 10 circles. 1, 2. And as you make the circles, start to get them bigger. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. I give it back as straight as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Same thing we did going forward. Now go to the side. So reach with one leg. Reach over the other leg. Now this one, what I want you to do is put your hand on your block over the floor and then reach over like this. Now you might not be able to grab your foot, but that's not the most important thing. The important thing is we're opening up this side body, which is often very tight from sitting down. Okay, and then come over the other way. And then, best thing to do, if you could grab your foot with one hand, reach over that way and just hold. Don't try and jam yourself in, because, for example, what I do is I can grab my toe, but then that hip comes off the floor. So try and keep your hip on the floor. If you keep your hip on the floor and grab it, that's fantastic. But don't compromise to jam yourself into the position. Okay, and going the other way. Reach, turn. And then what we used to do then was, once we'd gone side to side of it, we used to lift our hips up and push our legs out further for the final one. So breathe in, arch the spine, breathe out and fold. Breathe in and fold. Breathe in and fold. Up we get. And come in, bend your legs, windscreen wiper. Again, you can do it facing forward. I'm just going to turn to the side. I'm just going to go into my pigeon stretch. So again, if you can't get your hip to the floor, feel free to put a block underneath your hip. Okay. Now, I'm going to do these 10 push-ups over my pigeon. You can do it with the hands down, but if you're feeling strongly, you can have the hands off the floor. Okay, up to you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unless your arms on the block, forearms on the block, or head to the floor. Go for 10. In, come up. Switch sides. Okay, so again, get yourself in the correct position first. That's the most important thing. Let's start to do the push-ups, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in your arms, forehead, or whatever, forward. And come up. So we're just going to do one more stretch. This isn't one that I did back in the day. All those stretches were stretches I did back in the day, some variation of it. Obviously, I've improved over the years, but this is one that I would do every session if I could with you guys, and I should do it, okay? And this is this. It's quite difficult, so do your best. I'm going to be in all fours. I'm going to keep my core straight, and I'm going to make circles with my hips. I'm going to go 10 into out circles, and then 10 out to in circles, and we're going to change that. It's very tough, so if you need to stop after a certain number, that's totally fine, okay? What's that? That's fine. You can do it in down dog. So if you can do it in down dog, that's fine. It's just tougher on the core, okay? Ready, go for it. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Okay, so stand up. So if I had all the time in the world and all the energy in the world, I'd do those stretches before every class. But that takes over 40 minutes, okay? So all of you elite, do your members. If you ever like, oh, I got some time before class, do some stretches, that's a good stretching routine to do, because now I feel ready to kick, you know what I mean? And at the end of every class, if I had all the time in the world, I do Qigong meditation after every class, if that makes sense. So we're going to go through the Qigong routine. Again, that's what we did last week. They had a request for some Qigong, and people said they enjoyed. Good way to finish. I don't mind doing it at all. If I can explain the Qigong, this is not hard training at all. When I go to the master's clinic, I train for 12 hours a day, and then we wake up the next day and we do an hour of Qigong to sort of recover from the day before. And trust me, it really helps because your body just gets tired. Even just standing around, you get tired. So we're going to do this the same salutation forward. You breathe in, and you can have your eyes. Once you see me do the movement, you can close your eyes if you want. Your knees are bent, everything's soft. You're breathing in and out. And the next one's very similar, but this time I lift the arms up, take them out to the side and look over that shoulder. Next time I go down, I come up and look over the other shoulder. And all these movements have names. I did know them. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'll try and remember the names too. And there's also a video on YouTube where I named up more and did the movements that way. This one now is called making a rainbow. You bring your hands to the side and tilt that way. So you're just going to do 5 on one side and 5 on the other side. The other way. Now this one, you're going to bring your hands together, and so you get, and then turn your fingers up and bring the hands around. Bend your knees slightly as you bring the hands up, turn the fingers up and around. So breathing in and out. Okay, brilliant. Now this one, feel like you're holding on to the moon, and it's called tipping the moon to the ocean. So tip one way, back in, tip the other way. Good. Okay, this one now, what you imagine is you've got a ball, you reach for it as it comes across your body, and you allow it, this ball, to run through your hand all the way to this hand. And you bring the hand up, the ball is this way now, so you let the marble go all the way around and catch it in this hand. Does that make sense? Hope it does, okay? So reach, grab the ball, and stretch a little bit further this time, and you come the other way. This one. Last week, this is the tipping. So you bring your hands over, tip forward, and back. Come up. Tip. It should be quite nice on the hamstrings now, after all the sort of intense stretches we did earlier. Okay, from here now, you're holding on to the ball, and then you push the ball away as far as you can. Hold the ball, push it as far as you can. Okay, so let's have a go. So here, push. This one's later on in the sequence. I really like it though. Imagine there's a string from your finger to your big toe, and you lift it up, and then put it down. The string's on the big toe, and you lift it up. Good. Just close off. I've done all the moves, but we'll close off the practice now. You gather the energy you've just created, you push it down into your body and out into the world. So breathing in. Well done, guys. Now, if your hands feel warm, the idea is you use that energy to rub places on your body that are sore. Okay, so wherever sore, lower back, shoulders, neck, legs, wherever sore, you put that energy back into yourself that you've just gathered and built up. Cheers, guys. Well done. Awesome.